No kind no better than way. Step on me one and say, one ecosystem to the world you say. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not talking. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not bag of leg chasing. Hey, hey.
Good evening to Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening, Caribbean. Good evening, world. And welcome to season 4, episode 14 of that wonderful show Beyond 2021. This is the show where we delve into currencies, digital currencies, and decentralized finances. It's all about the new and latest technology, the new crypto asset on the block, the new money. And we are continuing our discussion from last week, which has to do with cryptocurrency compliance, part 2. And we are looking to see who will meet the standard, Dwayne. Donna and Cliff, who will meet the standard? There's a race going on with cryptocurrency. The banks are involved, major corporations are involved, governments around the nations are involved, and there are regulatory frameworks that are being looked at, being adopted. We heard even Mr. Joe Biden, the President of the United States of America, launch an executive order looking into cryptocurrency and setting the regulatory framework. So that's the discussion this evening. We welcome you, viewers, once and all to Gael, the Caribbean. We hope that you enjoy your stay with us. And we welcome our co-host, Mr. Dwayne Kiddies, beautiful Donna Samal Singh and Cliff Samal Singh. Welcome once again to this wonderful show. Let's get started.
Brother Noel. Excellent. Yes. So, they say if it's nice, do it twice.
Exactly.
So we've decided to rehash some of our content from last week's show because of its importance. And of course, we're adding some additional information this week to let our viewers know how close to home all that we're speaking about is happening and why it is that they should definitely position themselves and get ready. So for sure, it's about being prepared. And of course, the old adage goes like this: to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Yeah?
Exactly.
So
yes.
I'll make way for Donna now.
Wow, 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 wow. I like that. The rose among the thorns. I'm the rose, of course. Hi, guys. How are you going? Everybody,
good, yes.
But before we get into our sweet topic on cryptocurrencies, on the things that is happening in the world today, the CBDCs, and all those exciting things, I want to state a disclaimer. Can I get a disclaimer there so that I can read it out so that people can see that we are not financial advisors? This is not financial advice, nor are we your financial advisors. The topic discussed on this show are purely for educational considerations. But think about it. And are not meant to be misconstrued as financial nor investment advice. We are having a conversation with you. And we hope you will join us and have a conversation with us, dropping a line or two, call and give a thought, call and tell us something that we can learn from each other. Let's just chat this evening. But before we begin to discuss and recap what happened last week so that you can be on the same plane with us, we invite my husband to drop on, he has a normal introduction kind of piece he like to get there. So, Cliff, what do you have to say to us this evening?
Well, this evening I'm not very pleased.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, good night.
What
Good
trouble
night,
now?
listeners. No trouble. No.
That's normally when he's not happy.
You could take your pick of your names. West Indies. That woman let me down bad. After I get them good pips and things, they let me down bad. But let me tell you why I vexed, because Dwayne just said we discussing topics which are getting close to home. And a feeling, you know, a feeling tonight, a feeling like probably how the Christ felt when he come to save his people and they're rebuking him. That's how I feeling now. Let me tell you why. I remember something like a recurring decimal. I remember 3.5 years ago, we were in a meeting in Tobago. I brought it up on one of these programs. If you go back in one of the programs, listeners, you would see there. Where I told Tobago, listen, they want independence or sovereignty eventually, whatever you want to call it, whatever term you want to use. Hear what? Why don't you, and this is what I said to them, why don't you try to understand this information that we're giving out? Take Shore Park area right there, make it a hub, using what we have, and once you get to understand how it works, it's going to branch out from there, and the tentacles are going to stretch from Shore Park to the rest of Tobago Island. And we are going to show you guys how to make it happen, because we already have international connections whereby we're going to use our crypto and our blockchain operations and twin with other nations out there, right? So that you can no, listen, let me hold off on the break. Let me finish this point because it's serious now. All right, and this might take a little while. Avex, right? So I don't know if you guys remember, if you came up on the program and spoke about that. All right?
Yes.
Here what came to me just about an hour ago in my research. That is why I couldn't put it up here for the viewers to read. But anyhow, this is the title by one Trisha Simon. Grenada is well poised to become the Silicon Valley of the Caribbean.
Wow.
You know what I'm telling you, Grenada? nothing against Grenada. Grenada is just a little bigger than Tobago. If you guys are interested in reading the article, I'm not going to go through the whole article. However, there's a paragraph in it which says, we are now in February, and I hope that as our institutions of higher learning accept the 2022 cohort of students, that means they put in a plan in place. There is a large contingent of students with a focus on information technology and STEM subjects. This is the initial 4-year plan, wherein we expect to see the first set of students graduating in the next 4 years. In order to be seen as a potential employee, our students ought to be graduating in IT courses. Hear what? Hear the areas such as data science. I'm moving on. Cloud computing, cyber security. Hear this one. Blockchain, DevOps, data visualization, computer hardware, of course, a couple other things not to leave out. Hear it? Artificial intelligence and machine learning. These are topics we have been discussing on this program here, but we don't have a doctorate next to our name. We call out a disclaimer on the show stating that we are not financial advisors. So people probably just listen to us and the information going here and coming through here. We have said this 3.5 years ago. Imagine if we had put this in place 3.5 years ago. Grenada, who is now looking to set up a 4-year plan. What has your government done? Where is their plan to take the nation forward? Other than the banks telling you or the Chamber of Commerce telling you when they will be prepared to do that. Imagine they're telling you they have a batch of students who they're training for this, to release them, to carry their island forward. Where is the visionary thinking behind our leaders?
Wow.
You understand? That is why I'm pissed right now. Imagine people telling me they had a video going out there about listen, yeah, brace yourself for higher food prices because you see what's going on in the war and all kind of thing. Yes, I could understand that, brace myself, but what has the leadership done since you know that coming to ready the situation? You know what Guyana has done? Guyana already into wheat production for their island. And hopefully for the rest of the Caribbean, you know why? Because they tell themselves, they say, listen, we see things go be hard. We see this as an opportunity. Imagine that. They see it as an opportunity. We are here talking to you guys here, the listeners, on an opportunity of what our one ecosystem could help solve. We bring in information, we showing you what is the possibility and the potential results of putting the things that we have in place. Grenada come and beat us back because we just talking, we ain't acting. And we're hoping that some listeners now, they're going to have the ears of the leadership because clearly they don't listen to us. But you know what? We're going to be just talking in the wind and they're going to be just echoes. So Grenada, I applaud you. Well done, Grenada. Trinidad and Tobago, shame on all you. Right? That's what I have to say. Sorry.
Cliff, you make it sound like Francie back.
What Dwayne said?
There's a segment on one of my favorite radio programs that goes like front seat, back seat. So you just put them in the back seat.
Yeah.
It's that easy. It's that easy. It's that easy. But we're going to continue to share. We're going to do a little recap before we go to a break. Agree with that, guys?
Yes.
You see, we are looking at an article that came out last week. No, well, I shouldn't say last week, that we brought up last week. What is cryptocurrency compliance and anti-money laundering? It was done on the 20th of January 2020. And they opened by saying, for the past decade, the cryptocurrency industry has emerged and expanded to significant levels. You know, cryptocurrencies right now is 17,000. Is that what we saw? 17,000 cryptocurrencies. Whoa. Significant levels. Yeah? Cryptocurrencies are a completely new form of the digital asset. Governments of most countries are still debating on how to treat cryptocurrencies, while the financial industry has to act. Most conservative financial institutions try to ignore and refuse to work with crypto-related businesses. I wonder why. Anyway, we'll find out. However, the cryptocurrency market didn't stop. It is still expanding. Such as the fiat world cannot be ignored, and most crypto-related businesses still settle in traditional currencies like the USD, Euro, or the GBP, which is the pound. It means that these crypto businesses have to comply with fiat world standards. We're running side by side, but there has to be regulations and agreement as we work. Recently, the topic of cryptocurrency compliance and AML, which is anti-money laundering, is getting very hot. Requirements are getting higher, especially with the introduction of the 5th AML directive, the next edition of European AML regulations. It appears that most financial companies and even large banks have a good way to improve the way they analyze their clients and transactions. As a result, we see a number of companies for the purpose of customer onboarding and monitoring are doing KYC, AML, PEP, check, etc. But those service providers are more of an automation tool for compliance, not a breakthrough. But guys, we are here. And Katie's, we're going to take a break now and then do the video, or we're going to start the video.
All right. Let's go to the break and we'll come back.
Okie dokie. See you in a while. Put a pin in it, but be back here to hear all we have to share with you this evening.
When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your
full 100.
Here we go again.
Do you know? What am I speaking about? Do you know what is cryptocurrency? Do you know what is blockchain technology? Are you aware of what we currently face on a regular basis with quantitative easing, fractional reserve lending? Do you know? I am inviting you to come out of the financial darkness and into financial light. The only way for us to achieve that is with education. And one particular type of education is what I'm speaking about. I'm asking you to join the One Academy. It is a financial revolution of teaching regarding introduction to finance, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, helping you understand the world of money and what is money. What is money? Money is simple. It is what we agree upon to exchange for goods and services. If you want full comprehension, join the One Academy. Good day all, my name is King James, part of the One Life Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future, but better and greater than that. In our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One Life for More Life. One Academy. Join the financial revolution.
So welcome back to our viewers, and of course we needed to take a break and we are back, guys. So here we are going into the segment now that deals with central bank digital currency, or CBDCs, you know, and this terminology has been bandied about within recent time, and we want to delve into this video that will give you guys a brief explanation as to what this entails. So let's take it away.
In one of our previous videos, we discussed that central banks were experimenting with their own form of digital currencies to counter the tsunami of cryptocurrencies we are currently witnessing. You see, central banks dislike private decentralized money like Bitcoin because they can't control the supply of it, and it also threatens the sovereignty of their own national currencies. Hence, numerous central banks around the world, from countries like China to Sweden, South Africa to the European Union's ECB, that's European Central Bank, are working on their own state-issued CBDC. So what exactly are these CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies? How will they affect you? Let's dive straight in. A CBDC is a digitized version of a domestic currency that's equal to physical cash that you and I use, or the reserves that your commercial bank holds at the central bank. I'm sure you're thinking, wait a minute, my money is already digital. From my payment apps to my bank transfers to my credit cards. We're not, after all, physically transferring cash when we pay each other, right? Well, these transfers where we pay each other online are account-based debits and credits that are essentially happening between commercial banks. I pay you, my account is debited, your account is credited, and that settlement takes place between our respective banks. These accounts are not stored at the central bank level. Central bank digital currencies, however, are a direct liability of the central bank and are most likely token-based, where these tokens would be represented on a blockchain established by the central bank. Unlike public blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum, where the information recorded is available to all, these are private or permissioned blockchains, which only the central bank and the parties it chooses can have access to. Now, there are two kinds of CBDCs. Wholesale CBDCs that facilitate payments between commercial banks and central banks, or entities that hold their accounts with central banks. Now, these have more to do with the infrastructure and the plumbing of the financial system and don't affect you and me directly. The other one is retail CBDCs that can be used by businesses as well as people like you and me. Imagine holding currency in your mobile wallet and the currency is directly issued by the central bank. Now, this could have huge implications for any country. There are so many unbanked or underbanked people in countries like ours and other developing nations around the world. Retail CBDCs could make a strong case for financial inclusion because the central bank could directly transfer funds to the unbanked, as long as they have a mobile phone. Imagine funds being transferred for COVID relief and to help people during natural disasters. The central bank could also utilize CBDCs as a tool to influence monetary policy. To spur spending in order to kickstart the economy during recessionary periods, the central bank could theoretically add an expiration date to the money transferred. So you could be compelled to make purchases with that money instead of hoarding it. This would increase the velocity of money in the economy. The opportunities are plenty, but there are a few risks involved as well. If we could all hold our money with the central bank, why hold money at your neighborhood branch of a commercial bank? This could lead to a run on your commercial bank and could have grave consequences for the entire banking industry. Now, it's highly unlikely the central banks would want to risk that because a strong banking system is crucial for the financial health of an economy. And B, central banks just aren't designed to deal with millions of retail customers. So the approach is most likely to be two-tiered. Issue the CBDC to the banks who then issue it to the retail customers. This would allow the authorities the room to experiment with this new financial tool without disrupting the entire banking model. Technology is changing money as we know it, so let's embrace it with open arms. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.
So, of course, that would have been a mouthful and also a brainful. There was a lot of information shared in that video.
That's right.
And of course, Cliff, Donna, Brother Noel, you know that there are different schools when it comes to cryptocurrency. As the video elaborated on, there are some people who choose the centralized model as the model of preference, while others choose the decentralized model as their model of preference for good reason, as the video showed. The reason why the central banks are so concerned about the decentralized technology is that they have no control over it, over the issuance and over the movement of it. And so we know for good reason why a lot of regulations hasn't been rolled out as yet, because until central bank wraps its head around the snake that is cryptocurrency in a way that they can be able to control it, then they will always have a problem with that particular technology. Brother Noel?
Yes, Dwayne, I totally agree with you. You know, the tenor of what is being discussed right now, the sentiments being expressed in the video and by us here as a whole, you know, to me it is reflecting the inevitability of the technology, where the technology is going. Here, the banks are involved, the corporations are involved in the blockchain technology, in the digital currencies, all across the world. I said in previous programs, this thing is planned, and it's just a matter of time. You know, Cliff vexed, and I agree with him to be vexed.
Yes.
I kind of vexed too, because Trinidad is the third trick. Trinidad have to play catch up. Many of the other Caribbean countries are advancing with the technology. Our Prime Minister visited Estonia and he came back with this digital ID thing. I mean, we should be being utilized in many parts of the world. Task force aggressively to position Trinidad and Tobago in this technological age, you know, very far ahead of the game. You know, there's a story.
Hold on, we must welcome Eric Alvarez and his comment, because he said thanks for providing great education and insight. So the finance powerful statement. Continue.
Yes.
Continue, Brother Noel.
Yes, there's a story in the Bible. I don't know if you all remember it, with Naaman, who was a leper. He was like a general.
Yes.
And he had leprosy, you know, and you know, he couldn't overcome this leprosy. And someone advised him to, you know, talk to this little girl, you know, this maiden who had connection with a prophet. And the prophet instructed the little girl to command or to instruct this general to go and dip into the Jordan River, which was the filthiest river back then in Syria, 7 times. You know, we are like that little maiden in this nation here, Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, because I applaud all of us. We are pioneers in this field. We've been talking to people. We have been sharing the information. Get on board with the one ecosystem. One ecosystem is already entrenched in 197 plus countries. We already have all these regulatory frameworks that the President of the United States is talking about. The Managing Director of the Central Bank of Europe, European Union, is talking about. And all the concerns of people when it comes to the regulatory frameworks. You know, KYC, know your customer, right? Money laundering, anti-financing of terrorism. Why is the government, why are the corporate people in Trinidad, the big people, the 1%ers, why are they not paying attention? You know what I think is happening? People, viewers, you know what I think is happening? I think they want a certain type of people, a certain class of people to listen to have control over this whole thing. And definitely, the central bank will come out with a regulation. So we have to pay great attention, and we just have to position ourselves and get with the program. We're encouraging people to engage us in the discussion, give your points of view, you know, say what you have to say, connect with the people you have to connect with, so that this information can be spread far and wide, and we can have more aggressive, more determined effort to adopt this one ecosystem, or deal shaker, where we can do business to business, business to customer, and make ease of transaction faster, more efficient, eat out the corruption, move away the corruption, and let's put Trinidad in a position to prosper again. Yes, that's my view.
Wait, Brother Noel, you know something? Yeah. You say something just now about, you know, you want people to be, I think, well, these are not your words, but you want people to be sensitized and to react based on the information we have, right? Somebody told me, and I wish I could have tell the person that what they're saying is not true, but I have to believe it true. You're saying, you know, every individual who banks with the commercial banks complain about the high fees, about they no longer receive the personal touch from the bank. You understand? And they feel as though the bank there just to exploit them, just to be able to carry up the profit margin. So they say so. And yet, if you are to call a protest march by those same people who are grumbling against the banks, let's rally for 1 hour on a particular day. How many persons do you think will show up for that event? They tell you it might be you alone, and if you're looking for your wife might even be there because she wants to be seen. And he's saying, so as a result, he feels he is not going to make no sort of noise, because he said when you look at the great persons who carry a message like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X,
They killed the messenger.
Kennedy,
they killed the messenger.
Right. But the message was received after the deaths. So he is saying he wants to be able to enjoy the benefits of the message, so he is not coming up front. People, we come up front here, and this is the kind of things that we have to face who are here, because we know that there'll be persons out there who would probably see the show, see what we're saying, and we could be blacklisted. You understand? Because after all, we ain't holding hands with any banks, because at the end of the day, we know that you're just there to make money on us. And we are saying we are supporting the whole saga of cryptocurrency and blockchain operations, whether it be centralized or decentralized right now. I want persons to understand that we represent a centralized model, but I and a number of us have no problems with the decentralized model. Why? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
My friend, correct.
I want persons to understand that. So no whether you are centralized like us, or you're not centralized and decentralized, we are holding hands with you, because we know what we're rising up against. And you see this whole digital currency that the governments want to have the central banks issue. If you listeners don't understand it and grasp it quickly, you're going to be in the same khaki pants.
Same monkey pants. Yeah.
There's a big difference between what our blockchain offers for our one ecosystem and what the central bank digital currencies represent. Okay?
Well, Cliff,
I know you have your program.
I don't mean to get you more angry, but with this next video clip that's going to be shown here, I just ask you to count to 10, right? Count to 10. As this video is played.
I love that. I love that.
So the Finance Minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, recently used Jamaica's new digital currency for the first time in Parliament, live and direct. He used it to pay his barber 500 Jamaican dollars right there on the spot. So what is Jamdex? That's the name of the digital currency. It stands for Jamaica Digital Exchange. And how is this different from doing a regular bank transfer through your financial institution? Well, here's the big difference. No fees. It's supposed to be just like handling cash. So if I'm giving you cash right now on the spot, I don't pay a transfer fee, right? And that's how this is supposed to work. That's the concept of this as well, and that's why it's so revolutionary. You also don't necessarily need a bank account. All you need is a digital wallet. The only digital wallet available right now is NCB's Link, and they are enabled for CBDC, that's Jamdex, Central Bank Digital Currency, the digital version of Jamaica's dollar. But according to Clark, there are going to be at least 4 more wallet providers coming online by June. So the government is also offering a cash incentive of $2,500 to the first 100,000 people who sign up for a digital wallet after April 1. So are you interested in using Jamdex? Will you be downloading the app and making digital cash transfers? Let me know. I'm Kalila Reynolds. Follow me all over social media for more information like this at Kalila Ray. Let's get this money.
That says we the people, you know, pun intended, but we are the ones who give power to currency. We are the ones who give power to nations. We are the ones who give power to networks through the work of our hands, through the skills of our mind, through our ideas, our innovativeness. We are the ones that empower systems. And so what we are trying to enlighten you guys about this evening is the fact that you guys are the ones who create value based on what you contribute to society, whether you're a hairdresser, whether you're a baker, whether you're a housekeeper, whether you provide services in the realm of personal care to the elderly or to the young, right? Whatever your course of work is, you are the one who create intrinsic value through what you bring to the marketplace. And all we're saying is that the proof of concept that we have brought to the marketplace and have proven globally is that we are part of the new fintech industry where finance and technology merge, utilizing blockchain, right? And we are able to do transactions now using our phones, using the power of the internet and of course, blockchain technology that is able to track and trace every thing of value. So you can blockchain a piece of property, you can blockchain a work of art, just like is being done in the virtual space with NFTs. You can blockchain animals, you can blockchain crops. Whatever there is that exists in this physical realm can be blockchain. And of course now you can digitally barter. You can exchange your goods and services for full or part cryptocurrency. And the reason why you would want to do that is because, as Donna said at the beginning of the program, cryptocurrency is the new asset, right? In this dispensation now, it's become the new asset. So just like
digital asset.
Yes, gold is a store of value, land is a store of value, livestock is a store of value. There are many things that represent a store of value, and now cryptocurrency has become the new store of value, where when you invest into it and you hold it, because of its usage and its usability, the value chain or supply and demand kicks in. And when more people see the value of what you have and they enter and they engage our system, your value begins to appreciate or go up. And of course, your buying power increases with time. We've grown accustomed to losing value over time. That is why perpetually it always costs more every year moving forward than the year before in terms of living expenses. Go ahead, Donna.
There's something that is said, necessity, right? Is that it say?
Is the mother of invention.
Of inventions, right? While you're talking, Dwayne, this is what is going through my head as a woman. We watched the journey of money and how money came to where it's at today. Money didn't start off like this. You know, people used to pay with sticks.
And stones.
And stones.
Shells.
Yes, and then they started with the paper IOU when they came in, because you had silver, you had gold, you had all sorts of things. You see, the necessity is the mother of invention. So here what? A card came up because it made it safer for me to have a bank card. I'm paying with it in PriceSmart or any place because I don't have money in my wallet, and if somebody take my bank card, they can't use it unless they know my password. You understand? So it added an element of safety to making payments. So watch what is happening now, because I have been paying digitally for years. So have you, so have everybody. It's just that we're using a card. But then they started to say, listen, hey, phones have become smart. Phones have become smart. Phones can do different things, technology. My favorite shows, they don't like to hear me talk about it, but my Korean movies, my Korean country, everything they do, they pay with their phone.
Yes.
Money is like a stranger in that city. They go to buy a cake and they just do so boom, 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 and they send the money. So what they're doing now is transferring the same activity of the ATM card, which was paying digitally, to your phone. Am I wrong in what I'm saying, guys?
Quite correct.
Yeah, because watch me, and it is going to continue to evolve. The thing about it is to get ahead. So you will be part of that when it is happening, and not in the back waiting and wondering, hey, what happened here?
What happened?
A train pass. We are trying to put you ahead of this game. We are trying to tell you, hey, things are changing. Understand what is happening in the world today. So when Jamdex come out and tell us Jamdex is the same numbers. CBDCs is the same numbers on your ATM card that they just transfer to a phone and they say it's Jamdex. I could but when you set it keys, we give it power, eh?
Yeah.
We give the money power. So if I say Jamdex is valuable, you will take my Jamdex.
We have a break.
Yeah, we have a break coming up before we say, because we need to give people time to soak in this, because during what you were saying, I was soaking in. So let's take a break.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the One Life Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future, but better and greater than that. In our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs, somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One life for more life. One Academy. Join the financial revolution.
Get started now. Get started with your One Academy package. Get started with your starter package. It's only $1,600 TT. Get your financial education from the One Academy. Although it's a beginner package, the information you're going to get from your One Academy starter package, you would have more knowledge than 90% of the world's population on finance for just $1,600 TT. Let's create a revolution. Let's spread the epidemic of our One Academy, One Life. Get it today.
This is Full 100, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then get Full 100. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I listened to Dwayne talk, I listened to Donna's talk there, but let me be real from the day-to-day living that I am in. I have a big challenge accepting the authenticity or the genuineness of the intentions of my leaders in my country. Imagine very recently, I think a number of you would have heard it. I don't care whether you support PNM, who is the ruling party in Trinidad and Tobago, or you're against them. You saw a number of videos that had gone different ways where the ex-Minister of Agriculture was releasing information at a radio station against the party about certain things he had discovered. So he spoke against the party. Soon after that, you saw where the position that he had was taken away. So it would seem to suggest that, listen, there was friction in the party as far as he is concerned. He bad talked the party outside there, so something had to have been done. Fine. How could the Prime Minister now come and tell me, listen, hey, he decided to move on because of situations with his family? I mean, you're playing me for a fool. And I am wondering now, when in the past you were telling me, together with the Minister of Finance, telling me that Trinidad and Tobago is poised to be issuing its own digital currency, and we are going there. Well, here we're going on. I just tell you, Grenada already have a plan they're rolling out for that. To not only be in their own country, but to be able to be the hub of activity in the Caribbean. Dwayne just showed you where Jamaica has gone ahead already. But let me tell you something, they have other Caribbean islands too, you know, ahead of the game. Bahamas, Barbados, and Antigua. And Trinidad, you know what Trinidad is doing? Let me tell your listeners what they're doing. They're doing so. Hey, let me see what, hey, all of that going on out there? Well, hey, we really have to get serious now. And in the meantime, the leadership telling you, but we quoted to you just a couple of weeks ago from a central bank report in the newspapers, where the central bank is waiting until mid-year to tell you where they're going with this. In the meantime, other islands in the Caribbean showing you where they're going, but we're waiting until the middle of the year to decide where we want to go with this. We ain't serious. Trinidad and Tobago ain't serious. And you just have a group of persons like us talking, and we ain't stirring enough. We ain't stirring enough pots. And I'm wondering what other eggs we had to break for us to make an omelette that people could taste. But like, clearly we ain't breaking enough eggs, boy.
Cliff, you know, there's a quote that I use in one of my One Life presentations, right? And the message goes something like this. It says, build it and they will come. In the case of our organization, we are about 6 or 7 years strong, right? Started out in 2014, and we've built a collective value, a spending power of $42.43 euro over that period, right? In succession. We've had gradual increases over that time period. Nowhere have I ever seen our cryptocurrency take a dip. Now, we are not publicly traded as yet, mind you. What we are focusing on is building the community so that all of us have an understanding that, listen, anytime we destabilize our community, we lose value, right? So we want our community to be stable, and we want our people, our community members, to be educated. And that is so important, because everybody right now is throwing their energy behind different projects willy-nilly. So this project comes up, I throw some value there. That project comes up, I throw some value there, without truly understanding the vision of what this thing is all about. The vision of our founder is to make cryptocurrency usable to all mankind, right?
That's right.
From the banked to the unbanked, right? And of course, the common thread amongst all of us these days is the technology, the internet, the smartphone, right? Because the technology providers are telling you, listen, you have to upgrade to a smartphone. You know, there were times when everybody would have gotten by with a little Me Too phone and stuff like that. Here, what's happening now? Those things are being gradually phased out, and you have to get accustomed to your smartphone. You have to get accustomed to the applications like WhatsApp and Telegram and Facebook and Instagram. All these are the platforms that are used now for people to interface with one another. So gradually, right, those of us who had pushback regarding technology and the usage of it are being integrated into the system. And just like that, the same thing is going to happen in terms of the payment solutions. The payment solutions are digital, and now they are going to go to the cryptographic level, right? The ones who are going to benefit the most are the ones who educate themselves. So as I said at the beginning, listen, we've already built the platform. Dr. Ruja and the organization has done all the heavy lifting to build the platform. And listen, guys, you guys need to come in, because here what's happening. Jamaica, with their project of 100,000, doesn't have consensus throughout the Caribbean. So that means that Jamaican CBDC could well only see success within the waters of Jamaica. But we have a project that is universal. We have a project that is in 194 countries of the world already, and can be tapped into from any part of the world. So we're the obvious choice for the future.
Yes, I mean, that is so true. And what we present here is very candid, very transparent information. You have to be, totally blind, insincere, or mischievous not to actually sync with us, to adapt what we are speaking about, because we are really at the cutting edge on the technology. We are ahead of the game, so to speak. We have been proselytizing, advocating for the use of this particular one ecosystem. Our Deal Shaker e-commerce platform is poised to enhance and to completely revolutionize the way business is being transacted in a safe and transparent way. But what we see going on in Parliament, which is what Chris referred to just tonight on the news, the Prime Minister is saying concerning opening back the country, we have to do like that too and look and see what the other countries are doing. Where's the level of independence? Where's the level of analysis, or our think tanks, or intellectuals, the brains from the universities who can analyze the healthcare system and independently put the mandates that are truly protective of our people and truly enhance the health of our people, not just physical health, but financially. Well, why can't we analyze what is going on in the financial world and get ahead? We have been, talking about this for so long. I don't think that the corporate people out there and the government, I think they're just following plans and trends that are issued to them, like they did with COVID.
Very true.
From the World Economic Forum and from the Who's Who, because this whole thing is planned. We need a level of independence. We need a level of testicular fortitude. We need greater leadership. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying we need to embrace the technology. We may be small in number in contrast. We may be poorer than maybe the 1%ers or so, but the information, it's intellectual assets that could do our country well. Our country could move ahead and prosper. We can cut out all those corruptions with money laundering and all this drug thing and gun thing that we hear the Commissioner of Police talking about and the Prime Minister talking about.
For the public purse, yeah.
Exactly. We need to get with the program. We need to really get people on board. People, those of you that are viewing, we urge you, we beseech you, connect with us. Call Cyrillic, call one of us, connect with us. Find out how you can get involved in this one ecosystem. Get your hands on some ones. Get on the Deal Shaker e-commerce platform. Start to use your OneCoins. Get involved in true organic cryptocurrency. Yes?
I just want to add a key point, another point. The way we saw this move from a Me Too, from a phone that looked like a telephone booth in the beginning on your ears. Remember that, how big it was?
Yes.
It got smaller and smaller and became more effective and impactful using more technology. You feel this is stopping here? I challenge you that phones will continue to change. Nobody never invited you to become a part of it. I am saying to you, the same way this changed and progressed into something different, the money in your bank, the money in your handbag or wallet is also going to change. It is changing. So please, do not let yourself stand and watch. Position yourself. That's what we're inviting you to do. Position yourself in what is happening in the world today and become a part of the change and benefit from it. You can.
I see we coming close to the end now.
Yes, we need it.
So we had to wrap up. So that means I can't talk for too long. Well, all I want to say is that I remember some years ago a rap artist had said 6 million ways to die. Pick one. Well, I want to say 17,000 cryptocurrencies.
Pick one.
Pick us.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Pick
right.
us, because we give you enough information about it.
Agree. Yes. Love it. Pick us. The best place to be. See you next week.
Yes, and thank you for viewing. Hope to see you again next week. Same place, same time, 1 hour.
Be here. We have more info for you. All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, all.
One ecosystem, you know them? We no frightened for nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So we will run with anybody. No fear, no better than we. No kind, no better than we. Step on me one and say, one ecosystem to the world you say. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not talking. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not bag of lip chasing. Aye.